The sky was quiet. For the first time in many years, Earth scientists saw something strange moving toward their home, a slow but steady stream of signals coming from deep space. At first, the signals were faint, almost like whispers, but soon they grew stronger. A massive fleet was coming. It was not just a few ships but thousands moving through the darkness toward the solar system. Dr. Maria Singh sat in the control room of the Global Space Defense Center. Her eyes were fixed on the glowing screen. The data showed the fleet's speed, size, and trajectory. "They are not just passing by," she said softly. "They are coming here." Her voice carried a mix of fear and determination. Around her, experts from every nation watched in silence. The whole world knew what was happening, but no one wanted to panic. For years, Earth had sent signals into space, hoping to find other life. Now they had found it. But the answer was not friendly. The first step was clear. Earth had to warn the aliens. Messages were sent from every radio tower and satellite. The warnings were loud and strong. "Leave this system. Earth is protected. Do not come closer." These warnings were sent in many languages and also in codes designed to show Earth's military power. But the aliens did not listen. Days passed and the alien fleet kept coming. They ignored every warning, every message, every attempt to scare them away. The leaders of Earth grew worried. The United Nations held emergency meetings. Soldiers and scientists worked together day and night, preparing defenses and building more warships. In the capital city of New Geneva, President Elena Ross spoke on live television. Her voice was calm but firm. "We have done everything we can to avoid war. We sent messages. We showed them our strength. But they have chosen to ignore us. Now we must prepare for what comes next." Across the world, people looked up at the night sky. For many, it was hard to believe that aliens were real. For others, the fear was already growing. Children asked their parents what would happen. Would the aliens hurt them? Would Earth survive? Dr. Singh did not have answers. She only knew one thing: Earth was not ready. The alien ships were bigger, faster, and armed with weapons unlike anything humans had seen. But there was hope. Humanity had survived before, through wars and disasters. This would be no different. As the alien fleet moved closer, Earth scientists discovered something strange. The aliens were scanning the planets in the solar system, but they spent extra time near Mars and Jupiter's moons. It was clear they were looking for something. But what? Then, an urgent message came from the space station orbiting Mars. "Alien ships detected near Olympus Mons," the commander reported. "They are setting up some kind of base." This news sent shockwaves through Earth's governments. If the aliens could build bases on other planets, Earth would be in serious danger. The war was no longer a possibility. It was becoming a reality. In response, Earth's warships were ordered to launch. These ships had been in development for years but never used in battle. They were fast, heavily armed, and controlled by the best pilots and AI systems. Captain Jake Morrison stood on the deck of the warship Valiant. His eyes scanned the horizon, where the stars were now dotted with the lights of alien vessels. He tightened his grip on the railing. "This is it," he thought. "Our chance to protect Earth." Back on Earth, scientists worked to decode the alien language and technology. Every day brought new discoveries. The aliens were not just invading. They had reasons for coming. Some believed they were searching for resources. Others thought they wanted to expand their empire. But no matter their reason, one thing was clear. Earth had made a warning and it had been ignored. As the first human warships moved into position, the people of Earth waited. They hoped for peace, but prepared for war. The coming days would decide the fate of humanity. Would Earth survive this test? Could humans stand against the alien force? Only time would tell. But one thing was certain: humanity would not back down. The day had come. The first real battle between humans and the alien fleet was about to begin. Captain Jake Morrison stood on the deck of the Valiant, his warship ready and waiting. Outside the large windows, the blackness of space was dotted with hundreds of strange, glowing ships. They were bigger than anything Earth had ever built. with sharp edges and strange lights blinking in patterns no one on Earth could understand. The Valiant's crew was tense but focused. Every pilot, every engineer, and every soldier knew what was at stake. Earth was not just fighting for land or resources, it was fighting for survival. "Captain," said Lieutenant Mara Chen, the ship's communications officer, "we're receiving a transmission from the alien fleet." Jake nodded. "Put it on screen." A large, flickering image appeared. It showed a tall, thin alien with glowing eyes. Its voice was strange and harsh, but the translation system turned it into clear English. "This is Commander Xylak of the Vorath fleet," the alien said. "You have sent warnings and threats. We have chosen to ignore them. Your planet is weak and your technology is primitive. Surrender now and we will spare your people." Jake's jaw tightened. The alien's words were meant to scare, but they only made him more determined. "We will never surrender," Jake replied through the ship's speakers. "Earth will defend itself. Leave now or face the consequences." The alien commander's eyes narrowed. "So be it." Suddenly, the alien fleet moved. Ships spread out in all directions, firing bright beams of energy at Earth's warships. Explosions lit up space. The battle had begun. The Valiant shook as it took a direct hit, but the ship's shields held strong. Jake gave orders quickly and clearly. "Return fire. Focus on the lead ships. Protect the outer planets." Human warships fired back with missiles and lasers. Their weapons were not as powerful as the aliens, but they had one advantage: human creativity and courage. One daring move, Lieutenant Chen suggested a new tactic. "Captain, if we split our fleet into small groups, we can attack from many directions. They won't be able to focus their fire." Jake agreed. "Do it. Let's confuse them." The human ships broke apart, moving quickly like a school of fish. The alien ships, larger and slower, struggled to keep up. The battle became chaotic and fast. On the Valiant, Jake watched as one of their smaller ships, the Falcon, dodged a powerful blast and launched a surprise missile straight into an alien cruiser's engine. The cruiser exploded in a bright fireball. "This is our chance," Jake said. "Keep pushing." But the aliens were not defeated yet. They had more ships, more weapons, and they began to use new tactics of their own. Suddenly, a huge alien battleship appeared. It fired a wave of energy that disabled several human ships at once. The Valiant shook violently as the blast passed nearby. "We need a new plan," Jake said urgently. Back on Earth, scientists monitored the battle. Dr. Maria Singh watched the data carefully. "They are using a weapon that disrupts our shields," she told the commanders. "We need to find a way to counter it." In a small lab, a young engineer named Omar had an idea. "What if we modify the shield's frequency? Maybe we can make it immune to their energy wave." The scientists quickly tested Omar's idea, and it worked. The shield frequencies changed, and suddenly the human ships could resist the alien blasts better. The news reached the warships immediately. "All ships change shield frequencies now," Jake ordered. Slowly, the tide of battle began to turn. The alien ships found their weapons less effective, and the humans grew stronger. But the cost was high. Many ships were lost, and hundreds of brave pilots gave their lives to defend Earth. In space, Captain Jake saw a small alien scout ship trying to escape the battle. "Intercept that ship," he commanded. The Valiant moved fast and surrounded the scout. As the alien ship stopped, a new message came. This time it was a warning from the alien leader. "If you continue to fight, your world will be destroyed. Surrender or face total annihilation." Jake looked at his crew. They were tired but ready to fight on. "We don't give up," he said. "We fight for Earth and for everyone who calls it home." The battle continued, fierce and deadly. Earth's warships, though smaller and less advanced, used speed, teamwork, and human willpower to stand against the powerful alien fleet. And somewhere deep inside, the aliens started to realize something strange about Earth's defenders. They were not weak or simple. They were strong, determined, and united like no other species the aliens had met. The war was far from over, but for now, Earth's warriors had shown they could fight back. Aliens had ignored Earth's warnings before. Now they faced a force they had not expected. The battle in space was far from over. Though the alien fleet seemed powerful and endless, Earth's warships had surprised everyone, including the aliens themselves. The humans were fighting with a fierce spirit no one had expected, and now, it was time to take the fight back. Captain Jake Morrison stood on the deck of the Valiant, watching the stars beyond the window. The flashes of laser fire and explosions lit the darkness like fireworks. His ship was damaged but still strong. Around him, the crew worked tirelessly, repairing systems and preparing for the next attack. "We've held the line for days," said Lieutenant Mara Chen, coming to Jake's side. "The aliens don't know what to expect anymore." Jake nodded. "We need to use that. It's time to go on the offensive." The order was given across the fleet. Earth's warships would no longer wait to be attacked. They would strike first, pushing the aliens back from the outer planets and asteroids. Human engineers had worked night and day, building new weapons and upgrading old ones. One new invention was the adaptive AI combat system, a smart computer that could learn and predict enemy movements. It gave the human ships a new edge. The first target was an alien base on the moon of Callisto, one of Jupiter's many moons. The aliens had set up a stronghold there, using it to control parts of the solar system and prepare more attacks on Earth. The Valiant and a squadron of smaller ships moved toward Callisto, flying through the cold blackness of space. The alien base was heavily guarded, but the humans had a plan. Using the AI system, the ships found weak points in the alien defenses. They moved quickly and quietly, avoiding heavy fire and destroying key installations one by one. The aliens tried to fight back, but the humans were faster and smarter. Inside the base, Captain Morrison led a small team for a special mission. Their goal was to disable the alien communication tower. Without it, the alien ships would have trouble coordinating attacks. The team landed on the moon's surface, moving carefully through the alien structures. Strange machines and weapons surrounded them, but the humans kept their focus. After tense moments, they reached the tower. Explosives were set, and the countdown began. Suddenly, alarms blared. Alien soldiers appeared, rushing to stop them. A fierce battle broke out. The humans fought with everything they had. Blasters fired, hand-to-hand combat followed. The team's training and determination showed as they pushed forward. With seconds to spare, the explosives detonated. The communication tower was destroyed, sending a shock through the alien fleet. Back in space, the aliens lost contact with many of their ships. Confused and disorganized, their attack faltered. Earth's warships seized the moment. They launched a powerful counterattack, pushing the aliens away from Callisto and reclaiming control of the moon. The victory gave Earth hope. It proved that the alien fleet could be defeated, but the aliens were not ready to give up. They regrouped, sending a larger force toward Mars, another key location. The humans knew this was going to be a tougher battle. Mars was closer to Earth, and the aliens were desperate to hold it. Captain Morrison's fleet arrived just in time to meet the alien ships near the Red Planet. The battle was fierce and fast. Ships exploded in bright flashes. The vacuum of space echoed with the sounds of combat. The humans used new tactics, attacking from unexpected angles, using asteroid fields as cover, and relying on the AI to predict enemy moves. Slowly, the tide turned again. During the fight, an alien cruiser was damaged and forced to retreat. Captain Jake ordered a chase. The cruiser tried to escape through a narrow path near Phobos, one of Mars' moons, but the humans blocked the way. With nowhere to go, the alien ship surrendered. Captain Morrison ordered his crew to take the aliens prisoner. They wanted answers. Inside the cruiser, humans found strange technology and maps showing alien plans. The maps revealed the aliens' true goal. They wanted to take control of the entire solar system, using its resources to fuel their empire. Earth was not just a target, it was a prize. This knowledge made the humans even more determined. They were not just fighting for survival, but for the freedom of their world and their future. Back on Earth, President Elena Ross addressed the people. Her voice was strong and clear. Today, our brave soldiers have struck back against the invaders. We have proven that Earth will not be conquered. We fight not just with weapons, but with courage, intelligence, and unity. Around the world, people celebrated. They cheered for the soldiers in space and the scientists who made it possible. But deep in the shadows, the aliens prepared for the next phase of the war. They had seen humanity's strength and would not underestimate them again. The war was entering a new stage, and the solar system would never be the same. The war stretched on. The humans had shown strength and skill, pushing back the alien fleet in battles near the moons of Jupiter and Mars. But the aliens were not defeated yet. They had more ships, more soldiers, and new ideas to try. Captain Jake Morrison sat quietly in the command room of the Valiant. His eyes were tired, but his mind was sharp. Every battle left scars, but also lessons. The aliens' attacks had changed. They were more careful, more focused. The human commanders knew they needed to learn more about their enemy if they wanted to win. One day, the chance came. A damaged alien ship was caught in a trap near Saturn's rings. It could not escape. Captain Morrison ordered his team to prepare for boarding. The human soldiers boarded the alien ship cautiously. Inside, everything was strange. The walls pulsed with light and machines hummed softly. But the most important discovery was a data core, a small device holding the alien ship's knowledge. The humans took the data core back to Earth, where scientists began to study it day and night. Dr. Maria Singh, the lead scientist, looked at the glowing device with hope. "This could change everything," she said. After many hours of work, the scientists began to understand the alien language and technology. What they learned surprised them. The aliens came from a distant part of the galaxy, from a world called Forath. They were a proud species with a long history of conquest and expansion. Their leaders saw Earth as a small, weak world, not worth serious attention. That was why they had ignored the warnings. The data showed the aliens' strategy. They planned to take control of the solar system quickly, using overwhelming force. But they had not expected humans to fight back with such determination. There was another discovery. The data core contained records of past wars. The aliens had enemies just like humans did. And they had weaknesses. One weakness was their communication system. It was powerful, but fragile. If disrupted, their ships could not coordinate well. Another weakness was their fear of the unknown. They had not faced a species as unpredictable as humans. Dr. Singh shared this information with the military leaders. "We can use this against them," she said. "We can disrupt their communications and confuse their commanders." Captain Morrison nodded. "That's our chance to turn the war." The humans worked quickly. Engineers designed new devices to jam alien signals and scramble their commands. Soldiers trained for new tactics using speed and surprise. The next battle came near the asteroid belt, a place filled with rocks and debris. It was the perfect place for ambushes. As the alien fleet approached, Earth's warships disappeared among the asteroids, hiding from view. Then suddenly, the jamming devices went online. Alien ships lost contact with each other. They fired blindly, missing targets by wide margins. The humans attacked from many directions, striking hard and fast. The battle was fierce, but the aliens were confused and disorganized. Captain Morrison led the charge, his ship weaving through the asteroids and blasting enemy vessels. One by one, alien ships were destroyed or forced to retreat. The turning point was clear. Earth was winning. After the battle, captured alien prisoners were brought to Earth. Captain Morrison met with one of them, a young alien soldier named Kira. She was different from the rest, curious, even respectful. In a guarded conversation, Kira spoke of her doubts about the war. "Your people fight with a strange strength," she said. "You do not give up, even when faced with defeat." Jake listened carefully. "We fight for our home, for our future. What about you?" Kira looked down. "I want peace. But my leaders see Earth as a threat. They want to control, not to talk." Her words echoed in Jake's mind. The war was not just about weapons. It was about will, hope, and the desire for life. Back on Earth, President Elena Ross addressed the world again. "We face a powerful enemy, But we also have an unbreakable spirit. This war will test us, but it will also unite us. People around the globe watched her words, feeling pride and courage. The warships continued to block every escape route. The aliens were trapped in the solar system, forced to fight or surrender, and humanity was ready. The turning point had come, but the war was far from over. After the great victory in the asteroid belt, hope returned to Earth. People began to believe that the war could truly be won. Cities lit up again. Families, though still worried, smiled a little more. Humanity had survived the worst, so far, but Captain Jake Morrison knew better. War had a way of changing paths without warning, and the latest reports worried him. In the hidden depths of the Valiant, Earth's most advanced warship, engineers discovered something strange in the ship's systems. Small glitches, power surges, files changing by themselves. Is it damage from the last battle? Jake asked. Lieutenant Mara Chen, now head of the ship's internal systems, shook her head. No, sir. This is something else. Something inside. Inside. The word echoed in Jake's mind. The engineers dug deeper. What they found shocked everyone. A piece of alien code was running silently within the ship's software. It was a hidden program, spying, recording, and sending signals. How did it get in? Jake asked. They didn't know. Maybe during a close-range battle. Maybe when they had captured the alien ship. But one thing was clear. The aliens had found a new way to attack, not through weapons but through data. Earth's victory had made the enemy desperate, and desperation made them dangerous. Within hours, similar alien signals were detected on other ships across the fleet. A quiet panic began to spread. If they can control our systems, Chen said, they might crash our ships, shut down weapons, or worse. The fleet went into lockdown. All systems were checked one by one. AI programs were rewritten. Engineers worked without rest. Meanwhile, Jake called for a meeting with Earth Command. Dr. Maria Singh joined through a hologram. This kind of cyber attack is advanced, she said. They're not just targeting machines. They're trying to divide us, create fear. Jake understood. Fear made people doubt, and doubt could break unity. He looked at the small group gathered in the war room. We need to stay strong, no panic. We face this like every other battle, together. But things were about to get worse. On one of the fleet's defense stations near Neptune, a power failure occurred. The station lost contact for 7 minutes. When connection returned, the crew was missing. All of them. A rescue team was sent. They found no bodies, no signs of battle, only strange symbols carved into the walls and floors. It was the first time the aliens had used stealth and fear instead of direct force. They're trying to scare us, Dr. Singh said, but we're still here. We're still standing. And she was right. Humans didn't run. They adapted. The fleet created a new cyber defense system called HERO, Human Emergency Response Override. It could detect and remove any foreign code in seconds. Every ship was updated. Earth's defenses grew even stronger. Then something unexpected happened. Kira, the alien prisoner from the last battle, asked to speak to Captain Morrison. Jake was cautious, but curious. He entered the secured holding area, where Kira stood behind a glass wall. You've found the shadow in your systems, she said. Good, but it won't be the last one. You knew about the attack? Jake asked. Kira looked away. My people are losing. They know it. Some will try anything to win now. Lies, tricks, fear. Why are you telling me this? Jake asked. Because, as she said, not all of us believe in this war anymore. Kira's words hung heavy in the air. Could it be true? Were there others like her? Back on Earth, leaders discussed the possibility. If there's division among the aliens, President Ross said, we might have a chance to end this without more bloodshed. It was risky, but worth trying. A message was sent across the stars using Earth's new broadcast system. It was not a threat, not a warning. It was a message of peace. We do not seek to destroy. President Ross said in the message. We only fight because you invaded our home. But if there are any among you who seek peace, now is the time to speak. For days there was silence. Then a reply. A ship appeared near Saturn. White, unarmed, slow-moving. It sent one clear message. We wish to talk. Captain Morrison was chosen to lead the meeting. The Valiant approached the strange alien ship, guarded, but respectful. Inside the alien ship, Jake met with two beings. One was older, with silver lines on its skin. The other was Kira, released to act as a translator. The elder spoke carefully. Many of us did not agree with this war, but we were silenced. Your resistance has changed that. You have shown us that humanity is not weak, but strong and honorable. Jake listened closely. We want this war to end, the alien said. But our leaders will not stop unless you show complete power. Only then will they agree to peace. Captain Morrison understood. The war was not yet finished, but its path was changing. He shook hands, or rather a respectful bow, with the alien elder. Then we will show them that humanity is not just strong with weapons, but strong with wisdom. As the meeting ended, Earth's war fleet gathered once again, this time not just to fight, but to bring the final message: surrender, or accept peace. And every escape route remained blocked. There was no running now, only a choice. The solar system held its breath. After months of fierce battles and countless sacrifices, the final moment had come. The alien fleet was trapped. Every path out of the solar system was blocked by Earth's warships, ready and waiting. Captain Jake Morrison stood on the deck of the Valiant, looking out into space. The stars were quiet, but he knew it would not last. Captain, Lieutenant Mara Chen said, we're receiving a message from the alien leaders. The message was clear and firm. Surrender now or be destroyed. Jake thought of all who had fought and died. Of Earth, battered but unbroken. Of the people who had refused to give up. Prepare the fleet, he said. This ends now. The human warships moved into position near the asteroid belt, the perfect place for the final battle. The rocky debris would make large movements hard for the bigger alien ships, but the smaller, faster human ships could use the terrain to their advantage. At the same time on Earth, President Elena Ross addressed the world one last time. Our home stands strong because of you. Together we face this challenge, and together we will protect our future. This is not just a battle for survival, it is a battle for freedom. Back in space, the alien fleet appeared, dark and silent, yet deadly. The first shots rang out, lighting the darkness with fire. The final battle had begun. Humans fought with everything they had. Every ship, every pilot, and every soldier knew this was the last stand. Captain Morrison led a daring attack. The Valiant moved close to the alien flagship, dodging heavy blasts and firing back with precision. The alien commander, Commander Xylac, appeared on the ship's screen. His eyes burned with anger. You humans fight well, but you cannot win. Jake smiled grimly. Maybe, but we never give up. The battle grew more intense. Ships exploded and energy beams crossed space like lightning. But the human fleet held its ground. Suddenly, the communication system went silent. The alien fleet's coordination broke down. Now, Jake shouted. Push forward. The Valiant and the other warships struck hard, targeting the alien flagship. The ship shook violently as it took heavy damage. Inside the alien ship, Commander Xylac faced his officers. We have lost control. Retreat is not possible. He made a decision few expected. He sent a final message to Captain Morrison. We surrender. Relief and surprise spread through the human fleet. Captain Morrison answered, we accept your surrender. The war is over. But peace did not come immediately. The aliens were cautious, their warships still armed. On Earth, Scientists worked to understand the alien technology, hoping to build trust. Kira, the alien who had helped humans before, spoke to Jake. This war has shown us that strength is not just power, it is respect and honor. Maybe now our peoples can begin to learn from each other. Captain Morrison nodded. Yes, the future is ours to build. The solar system slowly returned to calm. The human fleet lowered its weapons but remained ready. Earth had defended itself, not just with weapons but with courage, unity, and Obi. The war was over, but the story of humanity's strength had just begun.